Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Are you guys out there? Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Can you hear me? All right. Hey guys, how you doing? A little bit of a delay here. Did not talk to Mr. Israel about doing a 1240 show. We haven't done one. We've only been doing these since March. So I figured out the controls here, and we are just going to look at a few things. We have 9 minutes until the close. Welcome everyone. I'm glad you are here. Let's just get started real quickly. Take a look at the S&P 500 index, and we took out the pre-market high, not by too much. Our pre-market high was 40.50, went to 42.75, had a little bit of a sell-off midday, just got under the close from Wednesday of 27 and a quarter, went to 26 quarter, and the buy the dippers here are coming in here late, and we are going to post another new all-time closing high for the index. All we have to do is close above 32.75. That's a look at the S&P futures. Crude is in the green today too, forging higher. Couldn't quite get up to Wednesday's high, but still in the green by 43 cents at 45.42. Not a good day, not a good week here at all for the gold market. We are off that early morning low, but still gold down $23.50. Silver, that's in the red by 74 cents too at 22.70. And Bitcoin loses that 17,000. We are now down $175 at this point at 16,880. So here we are heading into the final 8 minutes of the day. I'm just going to cover a couple of movers here, and then you guys could throw some tickers my way. We could do some analysis here as we wrap up our Thanksgiving week. I think the first stock that we have to talk about is Palantir. And you know what happened to Palantir? It got citroned. And let me pull up the intraday chart on this so we can take a look at that as well. This thing was flying high in the morning, got all the way to 33.50, and then Mr. Left came out with a tweet, and you saw some selling here, folks. Did a little article on Benzinga about it. We hit a high of 33.50. We came down. We are currently below that all-time closing high at 29.05. You know how I like to emphasize closing prices. So keep an eye on that. I don't know if you're going to see that in the after hours session or tomorrow, but we are now down $1.28. Not sure you're going to be seeing that all-time closing high at 29.05 anytime soon. Big move here. Mr. Left has been right on some things. He's been wrong on some things, but so far, he's got this moving in his direction. He does have a $20 price target on this one. So there you go. My only number I'm really giving you now is 27.05. You can tell on the daily charts, man, yesterday's low is way down in the 24 handle. So if you had a target on this, or you have a protective stop in, the low from Wednesday was 23.69. That's a long ways to go to giving back some profits here. So let's take a look at some other issues. We did talk about Bitcoin. We talked about the retailers today, and Triple D, pretty good calls on those. He was talking about buying in, the enthusiasm about the retailers on this Black Friday here. That is quickly faded here for Best Buy after trading over 120 at that 4 o'clock session, now into the red. Sure looks like we're heading for the low that you had. Man, that was the big reversal day on Monday. I'd be keeping out an eye on 111 here if you're looking for the next support level in BBY. You're low on November 9th, 110.92. November 10th, 110.99. That's what you're looking at in Best Buy. Let's see what Walmart did. Did Walmart give back any of those gains? That was trading up in the pre-market. You could have gotten some good prices. Walmart Uh, Not as bad. That's only down 11 cents. But if you were up early, could have hit that thing close to 153. For Walmart traders here, we're going to keep an eye on the two lows in the same area from the last two sessions, or including today and Wednesday, 151.21, 151.10. Two lows, same area. That's something to keep an eye on. So let's see. Let's get a couple issues here out of the chat, and then we will call it a day here. We only have 4 minutes left. I did see someone say something or ask about Novavax, and I have not checked the news on this one, but there must be some really good news on it regarding a vaccine. Did trade up over 130, just a strong day. Bulls pushing this one in their favor. That high for today, the current high stands at 132 even, and then you had a high when it was coming off its all-time high at 132.80. We have backed off that, so let's keep an eye on that on Monday morning. That whole 132 to 132.80 area is going to be resistance. I'm sure something that's on some related drug news. Gilderman, you're loading up on PLTR. Okay, let's see how that does. I mean, it does have some downward momentum going here after the left tweet on this one. But if you're following what happened in Neo, that didn't quite work out as well. Let's see if we can pull just a couple other issues here out of the chat. JMIA, I know a lot of people were piling into this one. It was trading way up in the pre-market. Little bit of a reversal candle there. Over 41 in the pre-market trading. Couldn't hold those gains. Once again, if you have targets in this area, be sure to, consider them or put in some protective stops. The low on this thing was a good $7 above this at $30. So can't really tell you there's a lot of support here in the issue. If you are long, if you're short, well, you want to make sure you don't take out that high from today's session. That came in at 40.90. Interestingly, that was right around the pre-market high too. Your pre-market high was just over $41 at 41.40. So if you're looking at pre-market trading and use that as a potential exit, probably had a good day in that one. Time to take some profits. Bill BD says snow is screaming again. Let's take a look at that. It hit just under 335. Kind of a quiet session, 2 big days in a row, but this one we did talk. Just use your close from today. That'll be your old time up $24.23. That would be your old time closing high price on that one. Always a good level, always a good mark. One Life, One Chance is looking at ACB. ACB is, that's having a real good day here. Topsy-turvy week. Last couple weeks for it came down to 7. Back on its way up north. I mean, you will have some overhead supply going into next week as all the people that are caught between 11 and 14 and change. I know we were talking about some of these SPACs, LCA. That made a new all-time high, pulling back. Last few times that's made an all-time high it's had the tendency to give a little bit back. So you do have a reversal, not the real big ugly red candle sometimes that you get on these reversals, but nonetheless, when the issue's trading at all-time high, always not the great short, but if you're looking to take some profits, not a bad idea. S&Ps are just rebounding back here. That's the final bell. It looks like we're going to go out at a new all-time closing high. As I said, 32.75 was your close on Wednesday. We are currently trading 36.36. So I'm glad everyone joined me here after the late start, but better late than never is what I like to say. Everyone have a good, safe weekend. We will be back with you Monday morning for another full week of trading here on Benzinga's Pre-Market Prep.